Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's being safe, having fun, and enjoying whatever it is that they are doing. And yeah, it is Saturday night. Let's just get into this. It's a beer tasting, and just throwing it out there that I'm cutting down on my boozing because, well, like I've said in a few videos, I'm getting a little chunky, and I don't really like it. And getting look at this, I got a fat now. Come here, look at this. Ugh, getting gross. And I want to get rid of the plumpness before I get too old and it's too late and even harder to do. So yeah, that's my plan. So I'll be cutting down, be doing beer tastings every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week, and so yeah, that's just it. But I will be doing other videos and talk about other things, and yeah. So for those who subscribe, yeah, that's just how many more times can I say yeah? But yeah, that's what's going to be happening. But anyway, if you want to become a subscriber, if you haven't already, and help me out, help me get to 1,000 subs, that would also be pretty cool. I got dirt all over these glasses, and like and comment and do all that stuff after you watch the video. But this one here, this beer tasting is Fairweather Brewing from Hamilton, Ontario. Juicy, dank, tropical, thoughtful, flavorful beer. High grade IPA brewed with barley, oats. Actually, I thought the name was, when I first looked at it, I didn't have my glasses on. I just read the name high grade, and I actually thought those were all like weed leaves. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because I've had beers with hemp added to it and stuff. So it's, and here in Canada, it's legal. Even though I don't smoke weed because my asthma, it's just more work than it is. But I've been trying more with the edibles and a little bit here and there. So I don't really have a lot of experience with it, to be honest. I'm a lightweight. I will admit I'm a lightweight, but I do like the sauce. But anyway, this is Fairweather Brewing Company High Grade IPA. I believe, like I think I bought this one myself. I was gonna say maybe Tracy bought me this, but no, if it's from Hamilton, I don't think, because she usually buys me local beers from places she's been, and she hasn't been to Hamilton, so at least not recently. But yeah, let's get into this. What did it say? 6.2% alcohol. So let's open it up and see what's inside. All right. Well, it smells like a typical IPA, so I suspect that it's going to taste like a typical IPA. I don't. I actually bought this a while ago because I'm really trying to avoid IPAs as much as I can. But so I think this is just one that was pushed to the back of the fridge maybe about 2 months ago, and just sort of forgotten. But so I suspect it's going to look like an IPA, as IPAs tend to do. And yes, just kind of looks like a generic IPA, but you never know. I mean, I've had a few IPAs recently that were actually pretty good, like off and on. Same with stouts. I've been experimenting with different types of stouts rather than just generic flavored stouts, and a lot of them have been all right. So, but there's nothing fancy really about this. It just says high grade IPA. So I have a feeling, no offense to the company, without even drinking it, I suspect it's just going to be generic. And but who knows? Maybe we'll be wrong. Like I said, it smells like an IPA, looks like an IPA, probably just tastes like an IPA. It's got, it tastes almost more orangey than grapefruity, to be honest. But it could just be me. It doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything to indicate that, but something a little bit more sweeter than the usual bitterness that comes with an IPA. So I'll give it another go. It's definitely not as bitter as most IPAs. I'll give it that. So it's not it's not as bad as I was expecting. It's not bad. Sorry, I worded that funny. It's not as generic as I was expecting. It actually has a little bit little bit more going on with it. It's definitely sweeter than I was expecting, but and I can't say it's bad. It's actually pretty good. And I'm not like I say I'm so tired of IPAs. So for me to say that says a lot. That it's actually it's all right. Like I wouldn't probably buy it again just because it's an IPA and there's so many other options out there. But if someone was offering it to me, I would probably go for it. Or if I was at a bar or a pub somewhere and everything was just generic lagers or whatever, and they had this on tap, I'd probably get it because it is pretty good. It's just I'm not an IPA guy. How many more times can I say that in this video? But yeah, I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a little bit generous for an IPA, but it just doesn't have that generic like bitter grapefruity kind of flavor to it that I'm so sick of. It actually it, cats. It actually has some flavor to it. I'm actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not disappointed I bought this. So 7 for an IPA coming from me is pretty good, pretty high. So this is a high grade IPA from Fairweather Brewing Company, and yeah, check it out if you're in Hamilton or if you're in Toronto. I would have got this in Toronto. I would have gotten it in Hamilton, but when you see it and you like IPAs, check it out. Why not? Clickbait. No, look at my fat neck and that clickbait. So, can you do something better? There, now my neck don't look so fat. But yes, wish me luck on the losing the weight because I really got to drop some pounds. I want to get like right down to my birth weight. Like I live on the 14th floor and I want to be able to jump off the balcony and just float to the ground. That is my goal. I don't want to take the stairs anymore. No more elevators. I just want to float to the ground. That is my ultimate goal. Um, I don't think I'll ever experiment with that, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe when I'm dead and cremated, the ashes can float to the ground, but not really where I want my ashes dumped, to be honest, in North York, Toronto. But anyway, I don't even want to be thinking about that. That's not for another, hopefully, 100 years. But anyway, yes, this is kind of went a little dark there, didn't I? Fairweather Brewing Company high grade IPA. IPA brewed with barley oats and a fat bag of Idaho 7 Citrus 6 Mosaic. Okay, maybe that's where the sweetness is probably coming from right there. That's where the sweetness. I'm pointing at the can now. Maybe this will be my clickbait. Except I look too happy. It's a little bit. There. Anyway, if you watched it all the way, thank you so much. And if you, like I said, if you want to subscribe, help me get up to 1,000 subs, that would also be great. And like, comment, do all that fun stuff. I love comments because I love the banter. I love getting back to people. Just keep them friendly because if you don't, I'll just probably ignore you. Or don't go off topic. I had some guy I made a comment about or a video about something recently, and some guy started talking about liberal this and liberal that, and I'm just like, I don't care about any of that. This has nothing to do with that. So yeah, don't talk about stupid shit. Just talk about the video. Anyway, like I said, if you watched it all the way, thank you so much, and until the next one.